Good day, soulmates. I said good day now, you know what I mean? Well, before we even start off today, have your iron flattening your curves when you want to iron your cup, your bustier, and every other thing that has to do with curves? Does your iron used to flatten it? This class is for you. So I'm going to be showing you how to make this beauty. Did it enter your IRB? Yes, we're going to be learning how to make it. And this class is not the regular class you used to know. As you can see, I'm in my Chanjoko mood. If you don't behave, I will wipe you. Machine cord. You know machine cord now. It's stronger than Rhino cord. I will wipe you. So make sure you are taking your notes. You are listening carefully. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, hey God, I will kick you out. So let's just give you 1 second. Oh yeah, click the subscribe button now. Have you clicked it? Okay, let's go. Now at the end of this class, after showing you how to make this kind of beautiful bust ham that used to stand gidigba on the table, doesn't roll away. If you have been in my classes, if you have been in my tutorials, online tutorials, you see me using bust ham that used to roll around. By the time you put your cup, it will leave you and run away. That has got to stop now. So we want to learn how to make the one that has base like this. Okay, you can see how smooth this one is looking. Very fine, very curvy, very demure. So we're going to be learning how to make it. So if at the end of this video, at the end of this particular class, you still don't know how to make bust ham, I'm coming for you with my machine cord. So get ready. So let's go. Now, what exactly is a bust ham? You guys know how we do it here. We go from foundation so that you understand. Okay. So bust ham is a curve that looks like the bust. Okay. Can you see the resemblance between this and this? That exactly is bust ham. So that when you press your seams, especially your curved seams, which are like the bustier seams, you have the armhole princess that corsets, normal bustiers, even your normal dart intake you do on your clothes. When you do all of that, you have where to place it, and it will give you exactly the curve that you're looking for. That exactly is what a bust ham does for you. That is what a bust ham is. So a bust ham is a curve that has been created to have structure so that it can mimic the shape of a bust or any curve that looks like it. Okay. So those of you that we after suffering sewing, you now go and use iron and flatten the living daylights out of your curves, out of your bustier, out of your corset. You have mind though. Anyway, that is why I brought this class for you so that you stop doing that. Bust ham will help you and help your curves to sit accurately. Are you feeling me? Okay. So that exactly is bust ham. I hope you understood that. So now that we've talked about that, the next thing is what exactly will you be needing for this particular class? You're going to be needing your fabric. Okay. The fabric that I advise you get is a cotton fabric, something that is close to cotton. So you know the way calico material is. That kind of fabric is okay, so that heat will not go and burn it by the time you're ironing. So you can use that kind of fabric. That's number one. Number two, you need a cotton fleece. This is what is called cotton fleece. You know it as breast pad. So this is it. So find the one that can stretch out. This one is not compulsory, but I like to put it on the base, like inside before covering with the final material, which will be this one. Okay. You're also going to need your thread and the needle. You're going to need something that has a circle. Okay. Can be any of your working tools around you, or even a plate, something you can draw a circle out of. So another one you need is a carton. So you can see this is a carton. You're also going to be needing scraps of fabric. So all those pieces of fabric that you've been throwing away, get plenty of them. Okay. I don't have plenty. I just recently trashed the ones I have because I just want to revamp this particular one. Okay. So I'm going to be showing you how you get to this stage first before we continue. So, but for you now, you that have been using iron to flatten your cup, you will need those scraps of fabric that you've been cutting. When I say scrap, I mean pieces of material that you have been cutting out of the outfits you've been making. So you'll be needing plenty of them. So go and gather them. Next, you'll be needing your marking tool. So whatever you can use to mark, get it. You'll be needing your glue. So I'll be using this what they call it, candle glue. Yeah, that's what it's called. With the glue gun. So if you don't have this for the for making the glue, because we need a glue that is very hard. Okay, if you don't have this, you can get only this stick. I'll show you how to use it without this one. Okay, you can get just the stick. I think it's 200 or 300 in the market. Okay, get this one only if you don't have the glue machine, the machine gun. Then you'll be needing your scissors and every other sewing tools that you know. Of course, your tape. You're not with your tape. Then I need you to get something, a glue that is light also. So you'll be needing two types of glue. Okay. So you can get that normal transparent glue or white glue. It doesn't have to be this one. So for now, these are the tools you'll be needing. If there are any other things I have not mentioned in the course of the video, I will let you know. Now, let's go and start. There's no time again. It's too early. Okay. So yes, we are here on the table. Let us kick off. So the first thing you want to do is to roll in your scraps of fabric. So you can see what I have here. This is just the one I used to wrap it up before. You know, I didn't do the complete bust ham. I just did wuru bust ham in this place. So you can see how rounded it is. So how did I do it? I told you I didn't have enough scrap now. So you're going to just get the scraps anyhow it is. Okay, you are going to roll in. So this is what I did. So let me just remove some and show you how to do it. So I think I had long strips then. Okay, so I gathered some in the middle, and it also depends on the size you want to achieve. Okay, what size you want to achieve, you need to ask yourself that question also. So this can be a size for you. At this point, you stop. If you want more, you continue. So this is how you keep wrapping. So you're going to keep wrapping around, and you wrap hard because you want it to be strong. As you get to the end of the piece, you fold in, fold into that wrap, continue again, another one. Let's see how I'm going now. Okay, no, I need to start from this end that is here. You can wrap around. Don't go in one direction, go everywhere. Okay, then as you get to the end of that strip, you fold it in into the wrap you've done. This is becoming very strong now because it was loose a little bit before. So I go again. You go very hard. So if your scraps, the strips of your fabric you have, if they are in, maybe they are opened, like they are wide, try and cut them into strips. It makes you have something that is strong enough. You can cut them this wide of strip about or about 2 inches wide. So you keep going like that. So you can see I'm in another direction now. So you fold in the end. And see, I'm even finding it difficult to fold it in because it's quite hard. You go again. Can you see that? You want it as strong as possible. You can see I'm wrapping it very hard here. So you go in another direction. That's how you keep going. So you've gotten, oh, yes, I've catch them. Is that person that have refused to subscribe? It's because of you this thing just fell down. Have you subscribed? Eh? So that's how we keep going. Don't mind those people that don't want to subscribe yet. I know they will subscribe, sha. They're just taking their time. They're observing us. So you see, that's how you keep going until you get the size that you want. So this size is okay for me. As for you, I don't think I'll be needing you anymore. But what I did then was I just did a curve on a fabric, okay? I just did, I got a straight fabric, then I sewed a curve around it. Then, put this one in there. And that was how this one was formed. That was how this particular bust ham was formed. You can decide to do this also if that's the stage you want to leave us. You can stop here, wrap it around, and probably just tie here like this, as if you're tying up. You get the point now. So that's it. So, but for me, I'm going to be leaving this behind. So next, we're going to get our cotton fleece. So once you've done this, you have finished the first stage. Let's move to the next stage. So next thing you're going to do now is to cut out your fabric. So the fabric piece you want to use, get it. Let us cut it out. So get your molded bust ham. You're going to measure around it. Measure, mine is 15 inches. So measure around your own, whatever measurement you have. Take note of it. That's what you'll be using to cut out the fabric and your cotton fleece. That's your breast pad. Okay. So I'm going to fold this now. See the fabric? Okay. You fold one, you fold again to give you one, two, three, four pieces of fabric when you fold completely. Okay. So you got 15, right? So that 15 you got, divide it by 2. So divide by 2. So we have 7.5. So I'll mark 7.5 here and another 7.5 here. So we're going to be having a squared fabric. We're not creating a rounded shape, okay? 7.5 so that I can have a straight line. So you can just open up your fabric and mark if that's what you prefer. So I'm going to cut that out. So now when you open up, you have 15 by 15. So you want to have 15 by 15 by the time you open up, approximately that amount. So you're going to use this now to cut out your cotton fleece. So let me quickly do that. So we're done. So if you have fiber, you can also add fiber to it. I didn't mention that earlier because I know it's not everybody that have access to fiber. So you can use fiber to give it a more structured and smooth surface. This surface we have here is kind of rough, okay? But the cotton fleece, which is the breast part, is supposed to still help give it that smooth feel, okay? So if you have fiber, you can add to it. So the next thing you do now is to shaping this fabric. Let's shape it. Let's shape it. Let's shape it. So how do you shape? You're going to fold 1 and 2 the way we folded before. Okay. So you're going to come to the tip. You know this tip where the whole fold is, where there is no opening at all. You can see this tip, there's no opening at all, right? So at this tip is where you're going to start your measurement, okay? So get your marking tool, can be your chalk or your pencil. You're going to measure 3 inches down from there. Then from here, you're going to come in on this edge now that is not on fold. You come in by 2.5. Get your curve ruler. Get the one that has a deep part. You're going to connect all the way to this point now. So you're connecting 1, 2, 3. Okay. So let me connect this to this first. So I'll connect this to this first. Then I'll connect this down to the tip here. Okay. So once you're done with that, you want to make sure that there's a good flow coming here. Okay, so I'm going to just blend in here. Just blend in here. I don't want it sharp like that. Just blend in. So once you're done, cut it out. So I'm going to fold and do the other part because my scissors cannot take everything once. So once you're done, you're going to have this shape. Can you see that? So open up. This is what you're going to have. Okay? This is the shape you're going to have. Now at this point, anything you want to use to cover up your bust ham, be it the cotton fleece, the fiber, or even foam. Yes, in some cases you can use foam, the normal foam that is used in carpentry work, that kind of foam. You can use it. So whatever it is, you're going to cut all of them in this shape now that we have made. Okay, we're going to cut all of them. So I'm folding back again so that we can cut on our cotton fleece and the fiber. So let's just see if we can use the fiber also. Okay, so I want to smoothen this curve. It's looking too curvy. Okay. Okay, so yeah, this is the kind of shape I want. So I'll get the cotton fleece to do the same folding. Once you're done cutting out all of this, you can see just three things here that I cut out. You open it up, then you go and start closing it up on your sewing machine this way. So now let's work with this main fabric. This main fabric, right? You know, the whole thing penciled down to the tip of the fabric here. So you need to come up by 3 inches. Are you understanding me? 3 inches. That's where you will stop when you sew. As you're closing this flower now that we have created, so you're going to close them from each of the opening. You're closing them down, but don't close it to the end so that you will see space where our bust ham will enter. So if you close it to the end, there will not be opening for the bust ham to enter. So leave about 3 inches or 4 inches down there. Okay. So as you're sewing all the way down, as you get here, stop at 3 inches before you get to the end, or 4 inches before you get to the end, so that you can be able to put the bust ham inside. So you do the same thing for all the pieces. So let's go and sew. So you place this way, right side facing right side. You close it all the way. As you're done with this, you also go with the next one, the next one, the next one, and every other piece here. So right here, I'm done joining all the opening. So by the time you turn in, this is how you're going to lose it. It's actually looking like a bag. Can you see that? So that's how it's going to look like. So we're going to set this aside. Just keep it one corner. Let's work on our base, okay? That flat surface on the under. Let's work on it. Let's prepare it. So to do that, to get your carton, so I'm going to scatter this. Okay. Probably just this is enough because this carton is quite thick. Okay. So we're going to get our circle, whatever I want to use for your circle, get it. I'm going to draw. So if you feel that this circle, the circle you're drawing is not wide enough, I don't know if you can see my lines. Let's use a marker. Now, before I continue, I forgot to mention how you can know the size of circle to work with. So just do a measurement on your bust ham that I've already molded. Just go across. Okay. Now, you know when you go across this way, this is deep across. So you're doing a shallow across, just as if you want to do a straight measurement. So it's slightly measure like this, okay? Not that deep, just a shallow measure like this. So I can work with 4.5 as my circle. So another way to do it is to measure round. You know our round measurement for this particular one is 15. 15, you can divide it by 4 or 3.5. So if I divide 15 by 3.5, I have 4.2. So this is approximately what I just did here. So I can work with 4.5 here. So checking this circle I already have here, I don't have 4.5. I would like to have 4.5. I think it's going to give a better base compared to 4. So I need to find a circle, a shape that can give me the circle of 4.5. So this is an ice cream plate, and it measures about that. Let me check the cover. So you can use either the cover, anything that will give you a circular shape. That's what we are looking for. Okay. So let me work with this one. So you can use anything at all and gives you that circular shape. So I'm going to redraw all of them again. Let me quickly do that. So once you're done with that, you're going to get your scissors to cut through all your circles. So this might take a little bit of time. So right here, I've cut out 3. Let me show you how I did that. So from your circle, you're going to separate. Now make sure you're using your paper scissors, okay? From the circle, you're going to separate. Just use your scissors to separate each circle from the whole carton. You know that the carton I'm using right here is thick. Unless your own carton is not thick, then it can be easy for you to cut the circle, that's the round shape, from the whole carton here. I can't cut that round shape from the whole carton. I need to separate everything first. So that's one easy way to go about it. So after separating, you can see I have them now in pieces. Then you can follow your lines, your circular lines, and cut. So you need to have a very smooth circle. You know this job needs to look professional. In case someone say produce for me, don't they cash out for there? Oh. Okay, you can see how easily I did that. So anywhere that is obstructing, you remove it, then continue again. Remove, continue. Okay, and the last but not the least, wow, this is much. The height is much. Well, I think we have to use less. I don't need to cut this last one. You're going to take out 2. 1, 2. You separate 2 and bring out another 2 like this. Now, this other 2, you're going to get that your sellotape or your paper tape, whichever. Align it to the middle. Align it to the middle and draw from the inner circle. The inner circle. Did you see what I just did? The inner circle is where you're drawing from. So once you're done with that, you're going to find the midpoint. Then you're going to cut through. Yes, cut through. Then you see this line now. We need to cut everything out. Can you see what I'm doing? Yes, that's what we want to have. Okay, I'll do the other ones. Yes, so that's it. So these are going to be facing each other like that. So the concept is to have a hole in there. Okay, all right. So we set this aside. Let's bring in a bust ham. Now get those materials we sold earlier. Okay, we're going to start off with the wadding. So you put this in there. Okay. So you put it in the direction you want to stay at the top. Okay. Find the best direction that you want to be at the top. I think this way is okay for me. Then put it in there. Okay. Then you get the fiber. If you're using fiber, I told you the fiber is not mandatory. Okay. Can you see that? Then the fabric. So you see that opening I was telling you about. If you don't leave that allowance that I said you should leave, to put your bust ham will be difficult. Hope you are hearing me. Okay, there we have it. So the concept of this is not to have too much fabric down here. You can see how slender here is. You can go ahead and twist and see the feel. Can you see that? So now get your thread and needle. I told you be needing thread and needle. So we're going to tack all of this together. Okay. So it doesn't have to be a very neat tack. Just go back and forth. Yes, so you can see it can stay on its own now. Can you see that? So I'll cut this out and I'm going to trim. Yes, you're going to trim all the excesses you have here. Do you see that? So next, we're going to wrap our carton around. So they say you can use the same fabric color or a different one. So I'm going to be using the same. This one we are going to cut in a round shape, in a circular shape. So I have here 6.5 and here 6. So let's work with 6 throughout. So all you just have to do is mark 6 around to form a circular shape. So we're finding a circle here all the way. So next we're going to cut. We're going to cut this out. Open it up this way. Then let the wrong side face you. Okay. Okay. Then set it aside. Get your carton. We need to stack this carton together now. I need to pile them up together. So get your hot glue. Get your hot glue. I'm going to just slightly around there. Make sure it matches up okay. So this height is good, right? Or should I add extra one? Should we go ahead with extra one? Okay. So I'm going to glue these other ones like this. To glue them side by side. See? We got ourselves what we want with that circle in the middle. Once you're in this step, you are progressing. You know what you're doing. So let's keep going. So next, get the circular fabric. I'm going to place it this way. Now, some of you might be saying, is this still not carton? Won't water spoil it in time as you keep using it? So let us just respect ourselves and use nylon to cover it up like this. So you can use nylon to cover it up, or you can use a sellotape. So water resistance. That's what we just did now. So next, you place this way. You're going to glue. Remember that other glue I told you about? This is where you're going to be using it. Okay. I'm going to place some. So you can see I'm not placing it under. Okay. Just on the sides and on top. So now you're going to glue. So you want to make sure it's smooth. So at this point, you get your glue gun again. But before then, get a bust ham. You're going to trim all of these that are inside. So you know this is a craft. As you are working, you are testing it. So trim. Check. How will it be at the end? You check. If you still need to trim it, you trim. Okay. So all these ones now, I just allowed it to dry a little. All these excess, there are a lot of excess in here. Then I'm going to trim them off. Because we need that hole in there. Okay. All of these excesses. This was one of the reasons why we sewed this one down. We sewed the corner and trim off the excess so that we don't have this kind of bulk at the end of the day. So once you have allowed it dry a little, you can pull it up now for the ones in the middle and trim off. So you want to trim so that it can still stay in there, but the excess is gone at this time. That's what you want to have, so that when this goes inside, then you see, to be able to lap down. So you still check if you still need to trim this one. You trim. Continue trimming until you are satisfied. Yes. So we're going to get our glue gun now. Now you're going to furiously add this glue gun, like add it like your life depends on it. Add it on the tip of this our inner circle like this. Add it. Add it. Also come here. Add it all around. Then you're going to put this together. Make sure everything laps well. Then you press it with all your muscle. Press it. Oh. So right now we are done. Can you see that? Can your bust ham ever? So this is for my big cup. This is for my small cup. My bust hams are ready. And they will be standing still, on the table without rolling around. So unless you want to make your own bust ham look like this, something like this, you can go ahead and use a ribbon or a bias strip or any piece of fabric at all that matches what you're doing. You can go ahead and wrap it around just like you see in this particular bust ham here. So, but for me, I'm going to leave mine like this. I'm not going for competition now. So I'm going to leave it like this. And yeah, yes. So I have An extra tip now for those of you that don't have glue gun, this is what you're going to do. So you're going to get a candle, or you can use your stove or your gas. So you light the candle, you get the glue stick, you're going to burn it. This was how I used to use this stick before I got the glue gun. So you burn it to make sure it burns very, very well. Then you now use it and apply the way I applied. But you have to be very fast. That's why I said you can use your gas stove, okay, your normal gas, maybe your gas that you use for ironing, or your stove, you can use it so that the heat will be much and it will burn faster, and immediately you are applying the glue, because you need to apply the glue in short time so that the first one you've applied will not go and get dried before you put the next one. So you want all of them to still be hot before you put the two parts, the base and the ball together. Okay. So I hope you got that. If you didn't get it, maybe you see this one is looking like a Rimo cord. I'll use it to wipe you. So once you're done, make sure you turn off your heat. Oh, very important. All right. That is it for our bust hand. And right here, we have come to the end of this video. I hope you've been able to learn how to make beautiful bust hands that can create that curve that you're looking for in your bustiers, your corsets, and the rest. And let me know, will you be making this, or would you prefer to buy from the market? Just let me know in the comment section. Now, for those of you that have been obedient throughout this class, I love you. Once you make your own bust ham, tag me, let me know. I'm going to give you a shout out in my next video, and also show some bragging rights, as one of my best students that you are. And those of you that want to go deeper into corsets, into making outfits that fits and glue like that of a professional, you can send me a message on the number on your screen, because I have loads of classes for soulmates like you. Now go out there and be a bust ham producer. See you in my next video. Bye.